Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away.
Well, hello tubers, hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. Today we're going to go through the complete, and I mean complete list of what you need to do in terms of getting your rig ready for the winter. Yeah, fall and winter is a challenging time if you're a full-timer. A lot of these things, even if you're not full-time, you should still do anyway. I've noticed there's nobody on YouTube that has done a complete list of everything. Everybody kind of focuses on how to do one specific task or another. And in fact, I've learned a lot of things from other people on YouTube to do some of these tasks I'm going to mention. Now, I'm not going to focus on the engine transmission part of my RV because the commonality of all RVs is the living unit area. Because, let's face it, not all RVs have engines, only motorhomes have engines. So let's focus on the living end of things because there's enough to do in mid-summer or late summer to get ready for the fall anyway. So let's get to it. First thing you need to do based on the season is you need to check every little orifice and port that you have, like for example your furnace, your water heater, and your refrigerator. Because this time of the year, many wasps, bees, and hornets are building nests inside your RV and you might not even be aware. It's even happened to me. I've caught a small little wasp nest inside my refrigerator area. And of course, I think I must have just moved along before they could build the nest more than about this size. So you need to start taking off your access panels and checking all of that out. Many insects can actually build nests inside those burning chambers of your water heater and inside your refrigerator. Once you've done that, since you've already looked at your water heater, you might as well actually flush it. Take the actual valve out, flush some water through it. Trust me, you've got some crud in there. It's the number one thing that's going to make your water heater not last as long. And while you're at it, if you have the type of water heater like I do that has an anode, you might as well replace it. Put a little bit of Teflon tape on the end. Screw a new one in, and you're good to go for probably up to another year or so, depending on the water conditions and where you're at. Now that you've done all that, it's time to look at the roof. You need to get up on there and you need to seal everything. Don't wait for a leak. Every year, put a little more Dicor on every little hole that you have. Don't wait till the middle of November or December when you get a leak and you have a hard time actually fixing it, because this stuff's not going to cure when the weather is wet and cold. So get up there. Get that Dicor, the self-leveling stuff, put it on every possible hole that you have on your roof. While you're up on the roof, you might as well take your air conditioning cover off and clean out all the crud that may have accumulated in and around your air conditioner. Because trust me, if you're around trees, you're going to get all sorts of leaves and crap in that little area. So wash it out with a hose, get her clean. And after you've done that, you might as well put a little bit of a coating. I like to put an isomeric compound and recoat at least 1 or 2 coats every year over the entire roof. It reflects light, keeps it a little cooler in the spring and summer, and provides a little more insurance for leaks. And while you're up on your roof, you might want to consider looking at some of your vent covers. Some of them may have deteriorated with the heat and the sun over the years, and you might just want to actually replace them. It's just a matter of scraping off all the caulking, unscrewing them, throwing the old one out, buying a new one at your RV supply center, bolting it in, putting some Dicor seal in it. You're good to go. You got a brand new vent cover, probably won't leak if you did it right. Also, while you're on your roof, if you have solar panels, why not give them a nice little scrubbing down so they're nice and clean, ready for the fall. You're up on the roof anyway, might as well get her done. While you're outside, you might want to also consider putting a little bit of silicone on the moving parts on your awning, especially those electric awnings like I have, just so they move freely during the winter. And while you're at it, maybe just pressure wash the entire awning too, so it's nice and clean for the rest of the winter, because it's going to get dirty again anyway. Moving away from the roof, it's time to start checking all your windows, all your trim, Look for any holes or potential leak areas where the old caulking may have worn out or deteriorated, and put some of the caulking on there. Now this is the Dicor, of course. This is actually not for side. This actually is not for the side walls of your RV, but the same company makes an appropriate material that is for your side walls and for around your windows. So make sure you buy the right stuff when you do it. Caulk around everything. If in doubt, a little bit more won't hurt. Since winter is a long period of time in the northern latitudes, you're going to be running your furnace a lot, and most furnaces run off 12 volts. Time to take a look at your batteries. Take a look and check to see if they need a little bit of electrolyte. Some batteries are sealed, some are not. The ones that aren't, check the electrolyte, top them up with distilled water. I actually just discovered one of my batteries is heating up, so I probably have a cell or a short in one of my batteries. It's probably under warranty, or at least they have a prorated warranty, so I may have to take it in, get a new one. Maybe they'll give me a few bucks towards a new one based on their warranty. But good time to check that. Check the connections on the battery, make sure everything's snug, tight, working good, so that you can run your furnace as much as you need during the winter. Now inside your coach, it's probably a good time to start thinking about replacing your batteries in all your smoke detectors. If your smoke detectors are over about 5 years of age, just buy new ones. That's what I did. You can buy these in 2-packs. They're quite cheap. They come with batteries. Just get her done. This small device could save your life if you're sleeping and you actually get a fire. Small price to pay to sleep a little bit better at night. And while you're at it, you might as well check your actual gas detector, because if you have a newer RV, oh, got a mosquito, your gas detector may have expired because they only last so long. You might want to look into replacing that. After all, a gas leak is not a good thing. While you're inside your coach, you might as well fire up your furnace and make sure your thermostat is working properly, because you might have one of those old mechanical ones that are a little tricky. Replace it with a digital one like I did. I'll put a link in the description about the one that I purchased. The one I purchased works quite well, and I don't have the temperature fluctuations anymore that I used to experience. So if you've gone through this entire list like I have, you're probably getting pretty close to being ready for the entire winter, and your time inside your RV during those cold, rainy months is going to be a lot more enjoyable, and you're going to have a lot less worry, which is really why we RV. I mean, this is the time to make hay, so to speak. Unless you live in a climate where it's really warm year-round, this is the time for you to be breaking out some of those tools and getting her done to be ready for winter. So in the meantime, folks, stay safe, keep your wheels in the ground. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments section. I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.